Peace and harmony. Hope everybody doing their thing, staying in tune, living and loving life from the heart frequency, going with our own personal flows. So as you can see, I'm just vibing, chilling, doing my thing. I hope everybody well, getting through this Venus retrograde well and everything like that. I know it's been a little bit bumpy, maybe for some of us more than others, but it's all about just staying in alignment, staying in tune, transmuting unbeneficial energy if need be, and just remember that pain is power sometimes, because from that pain, from that distress, from that little bit of imbalance now and then, that transmutation of energy, that little boost of that new neutral energy to your being could be the thing to propel you to the next level, to the next space. And as you can see, not much to say, just vibing, getting ready to start some videos here. So I wanted to get into a couple things. Let me get spiral out, I have a couple notes I wanted to go through on this day. And that's something too, it's always beneficial to, just take notes now and then, maybe have, like I mentioned in the past about like dream journals, or even like synchronicities, animal totems, just writing down little things you notice throughout your experience during the day, during the night. Like I said, dreams, writing down the things you remember from dreams. Sometimes, it's not always, some things are not always remembered because that experience is only for that specific moment, that now. It's a teaching or a lesson or an experience within the dream that helps propel you in the physical reality. So some things will be paralleled, some things will be completely different, but that experience will help you in some way, shape, or form. But not to get too much into that. Let me get into these notes really quick. Since we are in, that Venus retrograde, I just kind of want to talk about some notes that I actually had. Let me cover some of this up because got some other projects written all together, but let me see if I can see this. So looks like we got some Venus retrograde notes right here. You guys can see that. But most of everything I write down is just my own internal research. But I definitely check out other people putting in the work on YouTube and various other things, whether it's reading, visual learning. But most of my experience is just in my reality, and I just write things down like that. So I feel that's very beneficial. If it resonates with you, by all means, incorporate that into your flow and adapt as you should. But yeah, so Venus retrograde, it's basically the opposite rotation of a certain planet or a certain energy. So Venus resonates with the heart, love, just anything that kind of deals with like loving energy, like, and it is Friday, which is kind of funny in general, but yeah, Friday resonates with Venus. Venus is the day of compassion, love, kind of like that twin flame vibe, I guess you could say, is what I'm kind of feeling. But the thing that I've noticed within my experience, and if it resonates with you, that's cool. If not, then hey, that's cool too. But the thing I've noticed is anytime Venus retrograde comes around, certain experiences are going to be kind of, I guess, pulled on, or some things you're going to have to adjust your attachment if you choose to stay attached to that thing, or you're going to have to detach. You have to burn that bridge. But the main thing that I want to bring up is that anytime we are in the Venus retrograde, it's extremely important to have that unconditional love for yourself, for your mind, body, and spirit. Spirit comes first and foremost always, but you want to be, content with your natural beauty. Like by all means, you don't want to be like, you want to have that balance place. Like since we're in this Libra season, let's bring up that in general. You want to have that balance. You want to be able to look yourself in the mirror, look yourself in your own eyes, look at your own body, and just be appreciative and have gratitude for your temple that you've manifested. Because this is one of the first things we manifest while we come into this reality. But at the same time, too, it's a balance. You don't want to be too like indulging or something like that, like to where you become narcissistic, like the story of the narcissist in what is it called, The Alchemist, where he's just staring. He's so focused on his own beauty in the reflection of the water that he never never puts his focus or intent towards anything else. He just has it to his own beauty. He ends up drowning in the water. But I don't remember the exact way it's put because I haven't read the book in a quick minute. But hey, maybe it'll come around again. But yeah, it's all about balance. So you don't want to have that narcissistic vibe where you're only staring at yourself, but then you don't want to have that vibe too, where like if you look at yourself in the mirror, you have to like cover up and like you can't look yourself in your own eyes. You want to have that balance place where you can look yourself in the eyes and be truthful and raw and authentic with yourself. You're content with your natural beauty in the bodysuit. You're content with your natural beauty within your mind, your way of thinking, your way of communicating, your way of expressing your own ideas, and your overall just truth and gratitude for where you are at your spiritual journey. You are where you're supposed to be. And by all means, you're going to keep flowing infinitely. We never stay stagnant in one place. We always flow infinitely. And we have infinite possibilities within each pathway. This is I guess the hard part, you could say, because most people don't walk this path. This is the path of few. The only person that can walk your path is you, by all means. Yeah, so like I said, it's just important to focus and have unconditional love for yourself. Be content with your natural beauty. And the unconditional love for spirit, mind and body. Spirit first and foremost. We flow through spirit. We live through spirit. Also bringing up to, it's also a time to let go of physical attachment, kind of like I touched on. But like, if things come up too much to where it's stressing you out, causing some type of anxiety, that could be an attachment to the past, an attachment that you're trying to create your future by pushing too much action. Sometimes you just gotta let things be. Sometimes you gotta just lay back and relax. Get your lounge time in. But by all means, there's a time to take inspired action too. Everything's kind of like a balance. Everything is an expansion and contraction of your own energies. And the only person that knows your true energies, your true frequency, and your true vibration is you. But by all means, by having these positive thoughts, these beneficial thoughts and ideas and yada yada on our mind and within our inner being, within our feeling, just by the things we feel, we manifest. We manifest these things that are similar. We manifest these beneficial situations, these beneficial people, these beneficial things into our life to take us to the next level. So it can be a person, place, or thing. Something that you really connect to, something you love. This deals with Venus. And by all means, like, I'm not necessarily an astrologer, but I'm definitely interested in astrology, and I kind of have my own take on it. So by all means, if you saw something somewhere else and it doesn't resonate with you, hey, it is what it is. But if it does, I'm just kicking some of my ideas that I have written down, some things that I have felt dealing in this Venus retrograde times. My bad for my voice, man. I don't know what's going on. My voice is a little bit scratchy. Drinking some tea earlier to try to calm it down, but it is what it is. Yeah, so definitely let go of physical attachments if need be. Definitely utilize your elements if need be as well. The great ones to help you, focus in and realize the areas that are beneficial for attachment and the areas that are not beneficial. So it's time to detach. The best elements for those are fire and air, most definitely. But utilize all your elements. We all have these elements within us. Fire, air, earth. Oh wait, hold on, I fucked up. Fire, air, earth, water, ether, aka spirit. But yes. Yeah, and if it does come the time to be for like something to detach from, by all means, it's all about letting your inner self shine, letting yourself shine naturally. And everything that you have within you, you'll be able to give unconditional love. You'll be able to get unconditional love, and everything will be all right. a little side note here. Trying to get into this energy. Like I said, every time I write something down, sometimes I don't do it exactly in the moment because I'm doing it like different things at once. Sometimes I do it right away, like as far as videos. But wrote this little side note, just channeling this, jumping through this little portal really quick. Give it, get it, got it. So we give unconditional love, we get unconditional love, and we got unconditional love within us. That's why it creates that cycle of just that infinite cycle between masculine and feminine. We gotta have that love within us, the unconditional love, the unconditional compassion within us to be able to give it and to also to be able to receive it. Sometimes we grow up in these environments, sometimes we come into this place and we don't necessarily have love in our life like that. But even though we don't experience that necessarily, that feeling, as far as a physical aspect, we have that within us. And by all means, it's going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be perfect in the physical, but we know what it is. That's why sometimes when we come in these rough environments, we sometimes could come across like a little bit too raw. But by all means, it's always going to be real and authentic. Yeah, and like I said, Venus is the pathway to the heart orb, aka the heart chakra, the heart energy in general. So, the heart deals with compassion, love, truth, vibration, emotion, energy in the now, most definitely. And it's also, dealing with this Venus retrograde, sometimes things can come up, things like grief, which actually slows or blocks the heart chakra so we can get it out of balance. So by all means, we must release grief, fear, and all unbalanced energy, emotion, aka emotion. So with this Venus retrograde, certain things might pop up. You might have, like for instance, like the appreciation of the bodysuit, just the gratitude for the feminine sacred geometry, and vice versa for the females to the males, But if it gets too out of balance to where like your sex drive is overspinning, that's an area that can hit for males. Whereas for females, it would hit more of the sacral chakra. That sexual energy can be overstimulated, over an overspin or an underspin, causing you to get unbalanced. But we are going to be able to see this through our heart chakra first, because we are flowing in our own unconditional truth, our own unconditional love that is aligned with our true self. So this is the time to let go of any grief that you have about yourself, as far as any and every little aspect of yourself, most definitely. So yeah, just release grief, fear, and any unbalanced emotion. My apologies if the video is coming across like a little bit bumpy and choppy. Some of these things, like I'm trying to get better at it. I'm actually really, really good at it. But as far as sometimes being with this technology-based stuff, sometimes I don't really get it on camera all the time. So, like I said, this is an idea that I wrote down, past couple of days, before actually the Venus retrograde even started, and going on into it just a little bit. So I'm trying to jump through this portal and reflect on some of those ideas. But by all means, more ideas and more things and more experiences come up through each little now, every little second, every little moment. Just to touch on this real quick, get back into it. So the heart chakra is all about, or the heart orb, and the thing to focus and be very mindful of and conscious about during Venus retrograde is flow continuously free. And it all kind of depends on the house it lands to, which bringing it back into the zodiac thing. If it lands, because we all have a house, so depending on where Venus lands, that's where the retrograde is going to be felt. So if it's in the third house, dealing with familiar and unfamiliar surroundings, so you might have like passion or comfortability towards a certain setting, an environment that you're familiar with. So during Venus retrograde, you could catch these visions, these intuitive vibes, these just about how when you're in a new setting or something along these lines, you can get uncomfortable. You can cause a unbeneficial experience or a grief from a past experience dealing with Venus. But yeah, it all depends on the house too. It can be different houses, The first house, your personal, I'm having a hard time talking now because I'm thinking about so many different things. But kind of with your personal life, your personal settings, your personal problems and solutions. I guess you could say. The house of Aries. But by all means, I'm just gonna do like a quick breakdown pretty soon here on the video, just about all the zodiac houses, all that zodiac shit, whatever. I'm not gonna freaking jump into that too much because I'll get lost into another. Well, I won't get lost into a track, but I'll jump into something else, and then I'll try to come back to this, and the video will end up being way too long. I'm just trying to keep it short and simple for right now. But anyways, yeah. So it deals with the house. It depends on the house it lands. It can sometimes depend on the degree of the house as well, because sometimes it could be kind of like a cusp sometimes. It's just all about recognizing that we are all healers. We are all of our own gurus. Nobody else can necessarily heal us. We are the master healers of ourselves. I kind of don't like using that word, but we are the healers of ourselves. By all means, there's our reflections outside of us that help us in various different degrees, with knowledge, with wisdom, with different techniques, with actually healing, help healing our body in some way, as we can do the same for them, because they're our reflection of us at the same time. But it's important just to know and focus, but more so just know that we are our own healers. We are our own gurus. By any little thing that we create, any little ritual that we create, whether it's on purpose or on accident, it's a ritual that we just create that resonates with us, most definitely. Because it can be like everything's a ritual. From getting up and brushing your teeth in the morning or brushing your teeth at night, that's a type of ritual. It all depends on how we do it. Like most of us will probably at this stage make our own like toothpaste and things like this. Or at least, get a natural one, the most natural one that you can possibly find. But, like I have a video on that, actually making your own toothpaste, deodorant, and face body wash or whatever. That's a type of ritual, making your own product, something that really works for you. Maybe it won't work for somebody else. Maybe it won't even work for you, but it's definitely something to think about, because even within that thought, it can inspire you to create your own little bodysuit care product or spiritual product. Creating your own little ritual, whether it's for the the healing and the healing of the bodysuit, the healing of your physical vessel, just taking care of it, like as far as that, or something that I'm distracted. Somebody listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire next door. But anyways, yeah, it's just about creating our own little ritual, so it can be the simplest thing to the most complex thing. Like every time you get up out of a chair, you can spin around 3 times and then walk. That could be your ritual. Hey, that's how it goes sometimes. It can be a big ritual, like maybe twice a week you take a bath with a candle and some incense and your own little herbal bathwater mixture to help cleanse your bodysuit and bring in new prosperity and abundance. Hey, It's up to you. It's a ritual. You know, it can be the smallest thing, brushing your teeth to I don't even know. It can be anything. Like it can be a little tiny thing in the physical. It can be a little tiny thing in the spirit realm. Like it depends. But that's the thing too. Like it all correlates in some way. It all resonates with you for a reason. It all makes a connection for a reason. Like we do things in the physical to benefit us in the spirit realm, and vice versa. We do things in the spirit realm to benefit us in the physical. Because we are here creating our experience. So by this experience, by these things, we learn from our surroundings. We learn from other people. Sometimes we learn from other beings, animals. We learn from various different things. That's the thing too. It's important to take wisdom. It's important to give and receive. That's a better word. It's important to give and receive knowledge from multiple different sources. So that's something very beneficial to always keep in mind. And by all means, that gives us a vast view, kind of like thinking of the bird's eye view of things. You can see everything in front of you right now in the town. You can see the next town over. You can see the mountains. You can see the forest. You can see the beach. You can see. Basically, you just got a crystal clear vision. By all means, with these eyes, physical eyes, or your first eye. Because, your physical eyes don't always see everything that's visual. I don't remember the exact, whatever scientific, whatever he wants to call it, number of what percentage you actually see based off the research of your physical eyes. But your first eye, your third eye, your intuitive eye, you can see everything that's beneficial for your experience. And also recognize the non-beneficial things for your experience. Things that you know that are not beneficial for your path, not beneficial for your being, not beneficial for your surroundings, not beneficial for your loved ones, even if you have loved ones in your life. Maybe somebody has kids, maybe somebody has a brother or cousin they take care of, maybe somebody is taking care of their parents, But it all flows along that path. We all have our little thing, I guess you could say. But yeah, I've kind of drifted off on many different ideas. It's supposed to be a little reading situation on me. Yeah, you know how it goes. I think I'm just going to end that there. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. Get a drink, do a couple other videos.